Good morning, everyone, and I am looking very worse for wear this morning. So I'm just going to put this on. It looks like I've still got mascara on from last night. I didn't do a good job of cleansing. Okay, so I'm going to just cleanse my face while I'm waiting for you lot because it looks like I must have fallen asleep while taking my eye makeup off. Hello, Stacey. Good morning. Yes, I definitely must have fallen asleep before taking my eye makeup off. I haven't put my Christmas tree down, but I said it's in front of me now. But I said, you know what? I couldn't get any worse luck this year, so that's the way I look at it. How is everyone? I've got loads of new products to show you because I've kind of been getting things in the Christmas sale and just haven't caught up. So I thought I'd do a few lives this week and speak to you all and yeah, just generally. Now, I did have a couple of requests in the last couple of videos. So that was why I was a bit late because I got in and I was quickly trying to find these things. So one person said, good morning, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Well, I'm okay, I'm tired. Good morning, Bushra. Hello, looking gorgeous as always, thank you. I don't feel it at the moment. Letty, glad to see you live. Right, so I've had a couple of requests. One person, after my swatch comparison video, asked me why I didn't compare the Magic Red to Legendary Queen. And I said, very good point. And you know why I didn't? It was not deliberate. It was not because I didn't think it matched. It was because I got Legendary Queen in this little set and it sits somewhere else and I just completely overlooked it. So I'm going to compare those two, swatch those two together for the lady that said she was hoping for me to compare it to Legendary Queen. I can do that. And also, hello, Verena. Someone else asked me, and I'm sorry, I never forget the requests, but I'm terrible at remembering names. So somebody else asked me if I could do a look using Velvet Underground. And I thought, yes, I'm in a Velvet Underground mood. I can do a purple look and then I can use Velvet Underground on my lips and that will brighten up my very, very tired face this morning. So, yeah, any requests, always let me know because I will always try and follow them up and don't be afraid to remind me because I don't mind being reminded. You've ordered the new Pillow Talk palette. Has it come out? Oh dear, I'll have to get offline and order it because I didn't know it was out. Okay. She's making sure we don't give up spending in the new year, isn't she? Right. Now, let me do the swatches first. So here is, no, that's Scarlet Spell. Here is this morning, 48-hour VIP. Okay, well, as soon as I get off, remind me at the end, will you? Not that I probably need reminding, but remind me to go and order it because I definitely want to try the Pillow Talk palette. Has she brought out the Pillow Talk eyeliner yet? Rock and Coal? Because that was in her new video and I can't wait. Looks too pinky. Yeah, I suppose a lot of things might be repeats again. That's my fear. No, not yet. Do you know what? I said a few months ago she should bring out a Pillow Talk Rock and Coal and it should be a reddy brown. Now, I don't know if I said it on my video, but I certainly said it in the comments. And so I'm going to predict things now. They're all new shades. Oh, that's good. Right. Before I forget, so here is Magic Red. I'll put it here because this is paler. So that is Magic Red. And for the lady that said that she wanted me to compare it to Legendary Queen, and I missed that one out. So apologies. It was only because I keep it separately that I forgot about it. So let's see. Now, for those of you that don't know, Charlotte put out, oh, thank you to the Ali Pallies that showed me. Okay, so there is Magic Red and there is Legendary Queen. Now, I think you can see again that it's got more brown in it, a brown undertone. This one has got a bluer undertone. Yeah, so it's going more towards the blue spectrum. This one is more of a kind of dark terracotta. Okay, so that is Legendary Queen and that is Magic Red. And just for thoroughness sake, let me also swatch Scarlet Spell, the other side of it. For those of you that don't know, Charlotte apparently posted on Instagram, and I'm not up to date with a lot of social media because of visiting my dad, but she posted that the new Magic Red is actually Shanghai Nights in new packaging. I think it's a little bit naughty that they don't mention this on the website, but she posts it on Instagram because I know at least one person that had Shanghai Nights and ordered Magic Red. And I think that anyone that does that should frankly ask for their money back, because I think it should be made clear on the website and not on Instagram. When you're purchasing it, it should be... Now, I was lucky I'd never bought Shanghai Nights, but you know how many lipsticks I have. And for, yeah, exactly, Shahina, for people that don't have Instagram. Okay, so this one is... Sorry, I'm getting carried... This is Scarlet Spell, Magic Red, Legendary Queen. So apparently this lipstick, this one in the middle, is Shanghai Nights, but she has repackaged it and called it Magic Red. And I think they need to start putting that. She may have already done that now, but certainly when I ordered it, it said New Magic Red, and it didn't say that it was a repackaged same thing as Shanghai Nights. And as I said, I was lucky I hadn't got Shanghai Nights. But if I had got Shanghai Nights, I would have been returning this because, and I think anyone that has got Shanghai Nights and has ordered this should return it, because I think it needs to be made clear on her website and not on Instagram. You know, not everybody has got Instagram. Not everybody follows her on Instagram. And for people like myself that buy a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products that may have got previous collections, they should come clean, because we're going to buy products from her anyway, right? And it's unnecessary. We're going to buy them anyway. But if we are collectors and we've already got Shanghai Nights, then, you know, some people... I may have got Shanghai Nights and thought, yeah, but I really like the red packaging. That's an informed decision. But to buy it thinking it's new, it's a brand new colour, and then to find out that actually it's not. Yeah, if you've bought Shanghai Nights and you bought this and didn't realise, I would contact customer services and ask for your money back. Because I think it's the only way that they're going to learn. Sorry, I'm a bit annoyed with them. It's the only way they're going to learn that actually they need to be upfront about these things when they're selling them. Okay, so Magic Red, Legendary Queen, Scarlet Spell. All right? So those are the different ones. Has everybody seen that? I'm just going to leave that there for a second while I, one, drink some coffee, my only coffee of the day, and two, while you freeze the screen, if you're watching this on playback, to the lady that asked me if I could do a swatch of that. Legendary Queen, Magic Red, Scarlet Spell. Right, let me look at your comments and say hello to you. And I need to put some makeup on today, definitely. Right. Yes, Stacey. Oh, it is on the website. Okay. The thing is that when it was first marketed, it said... So apologies, Charlotte Tilbury, it is on your website. But it comes up when you first When it first comes out, it says the new Magic Red. And I think they should say the new, like they did with the, Rebel palette, you know, what was it she called it? Not reformulated, she called it reimagined Rebel palette. So everybody knew it was reimagined. She could have said the new formerly known as Shanghai Nights, and now in a new container. I think that needs to come up on the kind of headline when she brings it out, so that it's very clear, because it wasn't clear. I missed it, and I do read about the products. So, and then people can make an informed decision. I may have still, as I said, I haven't got Shanghai Nights. I may have still said, yeah, but I really like the red packaging. That's fine. That's a decision. That's an informed decision. Okay, now I'm going to say good morning to you all, moaning over. You see, if anyone thinks I'm just only ever going to say great things about Charlotte Tilbury, I'm not, because I know that people following me are looking for honest opinions. And if anyone ever saw my Sunset Lover review, you'll know that I don't mind criticising if I think something is below par. It was, in my opinion, the worst lipstick ever to be released. I love Charlotte Tilbury, but I'm not going to sit and say I love everything regardless. I'm just doing another wipe because I think I must have fallen asleep before taking my makeup off properly last night. Now, I'm going to go back and say good morning to you all. Hello, Stacey. Hello, Bushra. Hello, Letty. Hello, Verena. Hello, Jess. You're worried it's repeats, Jess. Well, apparently it's not, according to the other Ali Pallies, but we shall see. I will get it and I'll give you my honest opinion. That's why you wait for reviews. Some people think they're purchasing a new product. I thought I was purchasing a new product too, Shahina. She should be transparent, yes. The day it was released, I looked at the description and it said it was Shanghai Nights. Okay, so that's fair enough, Charlotte Tilbury, but I think, again, it needs to be in the headline. New Magic Red, formerly known as Shanghai Nights, but in new packaging. Because people see new product and they think, whoa, it's a new one. I like the look of that. And not everybody looks at the description if it's a new product. Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Claire. Charleston. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely. Right. Okay. Now, I got quite a few new little bits and pieces. And I wanted to show you because I bought some Fenty, but it wasn't Fenty makeup. As you know, I've been back and forth to the hospital, and a lot of the time, I don't have time to put my makeup on before I get going, but I don't feel right without any makeup on. So when I get to the hospital, I take my foundation stick and I put it on. And I've been a little bit obsessed. I've always been a bit obsessed with travel products. And Fenty Beauty do it brilliantly. I've been looking for a retractable makeup brush to put my foundation on. And so I bought myself this by Fenty Beauty. Now, you can see I haven't really tried it yet, but because I only got it yesterday, but it's a little travel brush. Yes, I did get the rest of my Pat McGrath order, and I need to do a review. I might do that tomorrow on my live later tomorrow. I'm going to do a live at about 4 o'clock tomorrow, guys. So I'll confirm again beforehand, just in case something happens. But I'm going to do a live at 4 o'clock. So this is a Fenty Beauty brush, and it's a little retractable brush, and it slips into your handbag. I love things like this. But I also couldn't resist getting the touch-up brush, which is for putting powder on. And certainly when I'm using the Tom Ford stick foundation, because it's quite creamy, it does tend to sweat a little bit around my combination areas. So I do feel like I need to powder. So I ended up getting the touch-up brush for powder. I have used that a bit, as you can see. Right, but this is so, so cute, right? So you put that on. But here is the touch-up powder, which I will show you. Right, and it comes in this little... Now, I think if you're in the States, you can get a miniature version of that. Or I'll give you an update about I didn't actually tell you about my dad yet, Claire, but I will in a second. So I think if you're in the States, you can get a miniature version of this. But this is the touch-up powder, right? Oh, I've got the bit of plastic that won't come off. Okay, there we go. So there's the touch-up powder, all right? And it's just a transparent universal shade touch-up powder. It comes with a little powder puff. But this is the really great thing, because you know, if anybody's bought Fenty Beauty before, you will know that a lot of her products are magnetized and they're designed for traveling, right? But watch this. This is the touch-up brush that you put the powder on with. You have to buy it separately, right? And that is the powder, which comes with a puff if you don't want to buy the brush. But if you do buy the brush, look at this. It magnetizes and it sticks to the bottom of the palette. So you can just pop that in your bag and away you go. Isn't that lovely? Yes, I do have superstar lips in Pillow Talk. I'm just obsessed with this. Look again. I just love it. I love it. You've ordered natural. Well, I've got natural. Do you want to see the shade in natural? So there you go. Right, I'm going to tell you about my dad in a minute. So I've got to show you this. So I got that from Fenty Beauty, so I can carry it in my bag and I can touch up the kind of areas that get a bit too oily with that foundation. Yeah, I just love that. Right. And then I got, what was the... Oh, and then I got this little set from Fenty Beauty, which are other miniatures to try. So this one comes in a little set. This is eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to be using some of these in my videos. This is eyeshadow primer, which feels like a very cream to powder kind of thing. And it's a good way to try it out as well before committing to a full size. Again, goes well in. And a miniature one of her eyeliner pens, which looks really good, actually. Look at that. Really easy to put on. And again, I love miniature liners, miniature mascaras, because they're easier to get in. And it's just easier than a longer pen. Easier than a longer mascara. You can get in there and really do a good line. So all of these things I'm going to be using. This primer is very silky, yes. So I might put some on today and see if it helps my eyeshadow last a little bit longer. So that's my Fenty Beauty items. And I'll have to... I've been a bit naughty because I ordered Charlotte Darling as well. Even though I said I wasn't going to get it, I then saw Charlotte doing a tutorial and I thought, I know it's in my Stars in Your Eyes palette, but that's going to slip really well into my handbag when I go to the hospital, and I succumbed. Charlotte can sell me anything. I swear that woman could sell ice to Eskimos. You've got, oh, the Gloss Bomb. What do you think of the Gloss Bomb? I've got the Gloss Bomb. Now, where is the Gloss Bomb? I did get the Gloss Bomb as well. Now, someone here is talking about the, sorry, let me just say, who was it? Shahina. Yes, Shahina's talking about the Gloss Bomb lipstick, lip gloss by Fenty Beauty. And I'm just looking to see if I can find it around me. It looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. This, here it is, this lip gloss. But gloopy is not the word. It looks lovely, but it feels really tacky on the lips. So if you don't like the feel of gloopy, really gloopy lip glosses, then don't get this. But if you really like a lovely vivid shine, I'll put some on my lips right now. Really pretty, but really gloopy. Long-haired people, you're going to get hair stuck to it. I said to somebody, I wouldn't be surprised if I picked up flies with this. It really is quite... So you do definitely feel like you've got a ton of gloss on your lips. But it does look pretty. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to pick up flies. Flies and insects are going to stick to this lip gloss. It's the only thing. But doesn't it look pretty? It's got such light reflection, but it feels like I've smeared butter all over my lips. So I'm taking that off for now. It is gorgeous. It is. I think they do a mini one of this. I didn't get the mini one. I got the full size. But the universal one is very pretty. She does a couple of other shades. And somewhere along the line, I got a Fenty Beauty, the red one, called Uncensored, which is buried in a box somewhere. That's the only other Fenty Beauty I've got. But I know that I'm going to be using these brushes a lot. I might just put some Tom Ford foundation on and apply it with this brush. Let's do that this morning. I'm just going to put some magic cream on and we'll get going. Otherwise, I'll never put any makeup on. Was hoping you never said something else smeared on your lips. Isn't it funny how this magic cream, whenever I film putting this on, and it's particularly this morning, it looks blue. Look at that. It's just magic cream. I love the smell of this. Why does it look blue? It always looks blue. There must be something in it. It must be is there sunscreen in it or something? It must be something to do with that, but it always looks blue on camera. Maybe it's got pigment in it. Yeah, light reflecting pigment. It must be. She says there's a secret ingredient in it. So maybe that's it. You got a really good match in Fenty. What's so old? Sorry, what's so old? That is so old. Do you buy the cream from CT or is there a way to get it cheaper? Oh, odd. This cream I was given. I was sent by Charlotte Tilbury. I got 2 pots of magic cream, finished mine. So this is the first pot of my freebie that I was sent before Christmas. There is a way of, if you bulk buy on Charlotte Tilbury's website, you can get a year's worth of magic cream, but you get a substantial amount off. Or the other thing is to wait for John Lewis. John Lewis every now and again will have 15, 20% off, and you wait for that and then you can buy it that way. And then, or the Christmas kits. The Christmas kits always work out as really good value. And I stock up, last year I stocked up on 2 of the sets that had magic cream in, magic night cream, and the eye rescue, because it worked out as really good value. Good night, Ali. It's 1:40 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you can join me tomorrow. Will tomorrow be better for you, Letty? Because tomorrow I'm coming on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. So that will be morning for you. Yes, see you tomorrow. Great minds think alike. I'm going to catch up with all your things. Otherwise, I love chatting to you, and I may not get through a whole look this morning, but I want to catch up with you all because I've missed you, and I'll just try and get through a look. All right, but I do want to chat to you all as well. So now, who was it? Hands up, please. Say me. If you said you were getting natural Tom Ford foundation stick. Who said they were getting natural Tom Ford foundation stick? Hands up. Bushra. Hello, Bushra. Okay, this is natural shade 6. So let me just show you that. You said you hope it's the right shade. So that is natural. It's too fair for me, but I use it to highlight. Does that help you at all? Does that reassure you that you've got the right shade? I would say it is in Charlotte Tilbury foundation. I would say it's about a shade 6, possibly a shade 5, magic shade 5. You think it's a match? Good. Well, I ended up getting 2. So, because first of all, this one was slightly too dark. Now, this one is Honey in shade 7.7. And that's slightly too dark. And then the other one is too light. So I kind of, you know how I put it on. I put this one on the periphery of my face, and then I put this one on where I highlight. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on, and I'm going to use my Fenty travel brush to see how good it is, because I haven't used it yet. So I'll put this in areas like that, and then I will put the lighter one where I want to highlight. So I just put this one in. I'm going to look very weird for a minute. And that's how I blend darker and lighter ones together. You can mix them, of course, but that's another way to do it. So this looks so tiny, but it feels very soft. So let's see what it's like. I'll just do the darker bits first and then gradually blend the lighter bits in. I mean, this is more for touch-ups, really, this brush. It's not really meant to apply in the morning. It's meant for when you're out and about. So I'm just going in with the darker shades first. And then oh, you're going to the CT counter to get matched. That's really exciting. Oh, I didn't blend in these darker bits, did I? Doesn't matter. Because they're kind of you're generally mixing them together, but you're just putting the lighter parts where you want to be highlighted. This is great. The only thing is, I would say it really is only really for touch-ups, because it's too small, really. It takes an age to get your foundation on from scratch, but great for a touch-up brush. It's not called the touch-up brush. This is called the foundation and contour brush. But I would say yes for travel. Otherwise, you're just having to do a lot of work because it's such a small brush. I think if you want a really good brush to blend this foundation in, have a look at the Tarte brush that is often sold with the Amazonian clay stick, because that's very good. A really dense, thick brush like this, but bigger. So it's densely packed, because that will really work well. Also, this isn't going to be it's not going to be great for stippling, but fine for what you buy it for, which is to have it in your bag to kind of, say, if you wanted to just touch up these areas. And very soft. Oh, who said your mistake? I can't keep up with you all, you say. I bought the Tarte had a sale. Oh, right. Okay, you're chatting to yourselves. Right, so actually it's not doing this too badly. This is just stippling. Just trying to stipple with it. Because it is densely packed. It just would take an age to apply from scratch. There we go. Right, I need to put some concealer on. And what I do actually is I use this, the lighter shade, I use it as a concealer. I just put it on with my fingers. Because it's so full coverage, it works. And I often use Charlotte's Airbrush Flawless as well as a concealer. It's not nice to chat, watch you put on makeup and laugh with you. Death and destruction, you are good for the soul. Thank you. You're good for my soul as well. I need this. I need this to help me face the day because my dad's recovery is so slow and I go and see him and I come home and I just feel emotionally exhausted. So to start out the day today with doing this and then going in made up, but also having spoken to you guys is going to help me too. So it's mutual help, I can assure you. Now, oh, I did say I was going to update you on my dad. Should we try out this powder? Let me try out the powder. Now, again, this powder is more for touch-ups, I think. But as his foundation can be it's quite creamy. I want to see what it's like. So I'll take my brush off the end. And see how this applies. And it's got, this is quite good for putting it on your nose because you can press it into the foundation where you think, you know, where you're wearing glasses or where you get a little bit oilier, you can press it in, which actually helps it to last a bit longer, like that. So T-zone areas. Right, my dad is doing quite well, but he's been, the last 2 or 3 days, he's been quite restless. And we can't work out whether or not he's trying to tell us there's something wrong. Trying to kind of leap out of bed. Although he can only move one side of his body. So he keeps trying to get out of bed. And it's just generally restless and trying to tell us something, but he can't obviously tell us what it is, and he's getting frustrated, and it's just exhausting watching him because you can see he's trying to tell us something, and it's a bit like playing charades, except charades is fun and this isn't. So yeah, that's where my dad is, but he's doing okay. But when he goes to speak, and all that comes out is da 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 da, and then he goes, oh, and he does that, and that's my dad's mannerism. It's like, oh, complete frustration, and then he tries again, and he's like doing this, da 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 da, and then he goes, oh, and then he goes, and then he stops, and then a few minutes later he'll start trying to talk again, and I'm going, are you talking about this, Dad? Are you talking about that? Are you talking about this? Yes or no? And it just, yeah. So that's where we're at, really. And I just hope that he can get enough speech back to say yes, no, and some basic things. Oh, have you, Ellie? Thank you. Ellie says she's been there. Now, let me put a bit of this eyeshadow primer on. I don't know what's happening with this look, but I'm just enjoying chatting to you all. I'll just blend it in with my fingers. So I will keep you updated whether this helps my eyeshadow last a bit longer. He's trying. That's a great attitude for Papa. Yes, he's trying. And I said, Dad, just keep trying. Don't give up. And then I found what was a real godsend on my dad's phone. I knew his password to get into his phone because he told me it when he wasn't, the first time he had the stroke, to help him to get into it. And I got into his phone, and I've obviously been updating friends and making sure that his messages, you know, anybody that's contacting him is kept up to date. But he had some notes on his phone, and it was a whole playlist of old Hindi Bollywood songs. And so I just put them on. It was a bit of a godsend. I put them on, and he looked at me and he went, as though to say, how did you find these? I said, it was on your phone, Dad. It was your list. And everyone, he was going, like he recognised every one of them. And he must have forgotten that he'd made this list in his notes. And he literally, my dad was so thorough as well. He didn't just write a list of the names of the songs. He had a list with the links to each YouTube link. So literally all you had to do was go into the notes and click on the link, and up came the song. So, yeah, that was a bit of a godsend finding that. Right, so I'm going to be doing a look. I'm building this look around Velvet Underground. Velvet Underground. Hello, thank you. Velvet Underground is... Do you know what? Thank you very much, Bushra. You're all saying I'm amazing doing what I'm doing and making videos. But if I didn't make videos, I would go under right now. You don't realise how much you are my saviours, all of you, because I thought I've got to make time to do them. It's not because it's a chore. It's because it's the opposite of a chore. It's actually keeping me going. It certainly is, Shahina. I was a music therapist by background, so I totally agree with you on that one. Here is Velvet Underground. I'm just going to show you. It is beautiful. A really lovely, vibrant. Now, that's going to really warm up my face, okay? It's going to brighten up my complexion and everything. So I don't need to go overboard on the eyeshadow, but I could do a bit of a kind of, I'm thinking of one of her recent palettes, like, I think the Instant Look in a palette, actually. It is a gorgeous colour, isn't it? Thank you, Stacey. Oh, you're all so lovely to me. You've not worn it. You're going to dig it out now. Yes. Well, someone said, could I do a look using Velvet Underground? And I thought, oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's going to brighten up my complexion. So let me find a palette that I think is going to go nicely. I've just surrounded myself with items, and in the hope that I've got enough stuff here to do a look. And I thought I had the Instant Look in a palette here somewhere, but I don't, which is fine. I can just improvise. How about I use the Queen of Glow? I'll use the Queen of Glow. Yes, that will work. I love the pinky purples in the new palette. I certainly will. I love purples. I think that might work. Even though it's gold, I think it will work. We'll find out, won't we? Oh, the other thing is, I'll show you these tomorrow, because otherwise I'll run out of time. But my niece bought me these for Christmas. Lime Crime, Jolly Holiday, limited edition, 5-piece mini velveteen liquid lipstick set. So I'll swatch those for you tomorrow, okay? Right. Now, let me get my brushes. And let's get going. And I've got some nice clean brushes now because I've got my brush cleaner for Christmas. So I'll just quickly... Oh, this is good. It grabs your eye makeup and makes it look more vibrant. Look at that. That primer. Definitely makes it look more vibrant. So I'm hoping it will make it last a bit longer. I want to follow your chat. The icon, yes, it is 30. You're right. I meant to tell you all. If anybody wants the icon, sorry guys. Sorry, I got a call and it was no caller ID and I thought I'd better answer it in case it's a hospital. So apologies for that. So what primer is that? Somebody just asked what primer it is. It's called Invisi Pink. No. Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer. Invisi Pink by Fenty Beauty. Okay? And it's just a mini one I've got. So, yeah, apologies for the interruption there. It wasn't a hospital, but I couldn't risk not answering it in case it was a hospital. Yes, it's sorry, Stacey. It's basically because I film on my phone and the phone rang and it was no caller ID, and because it was no caller ID, I thought I'd better answer it because it might be the hospital. It turned out it wasn't, but so apologies for that. Because when the hospital called me about my dad, it's no caller ID and I couldn't risk not answering it. Normally I would, I just ignore it. The ghost edition is also reduced, yeah. I wasn't keen on that. I wasn't keen because to me it looked like it wasn't going to show up on my skin tone. So I'm just chatting to you while I'm just putting this Queen of Glow on, rather than talking you through how I'm putting it on, but you can watch what I'm doing. I'm just dabbing this on and then I'm going to do my blending in a second. It was, and it was quite pale, yeah. And I just thought, and I saw a lot of reviews that said that they thought the packaging was quite plasticky and that they thought it was quite overpriced because the packaging was quite cheap. Oh, that's the other thing. I did get an Hourglass Ghost product, but it was a lipstick in the John Lewis sale. And if I can, I'll show you that in a minute. You got 2 refills. It was a refillable lipsticks. But they did compromise, and the Ghost edition, I can see why they were selling it off. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Because it wasn't as good as the original refillable lipstick. I got so many little bits and pieces in the sale that I haven't caught up with showing you everything yet. And I haven't caught up with doing a tutorial using Pat McGrath or the Tatty palette. So I've got certainly lots of content that I can be showing you. Right, yeah, that primer definitely makes it look more vibrant. And I'm just going to put a bit of the pop shade. I'm doing it with my fingers, even though it's not one of those types of shades. And I'll pop some of that. Actually, I'll pop the prime shade in here. Hopefully this will go with Velvet Underground. Tatty has announced she'll be launching a new product. Did you see that if you go onto Twitter, she's with Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury's at her house. And they've been going through some of the new Pillow Talk products, apparently. And yeah, have a look on Twitter. Charlotte Tilbury with Tatty. Which surprised me because I know Tatty's used quite a few of her products, but often she's quite... I don't know whether... Would I say often? Whenever I've seen Tatty talk about Charlotte Tilbury products, she seems quite dismissive of them. But maybe I've just tuned into certain videos and most of the time she's quite supportive. But it just surprised me to see Charlotte with her because she didn't give her instant look in her palette some very good reviews. You can only buy it in Selfridges. Okay. It's nicer in real life, the Ghost palette, is it? I'm going to come back to all your comments in a minute. Now, let me use that eyeliner. The little one. This is the Fenty Beauty mini liquid eyeliner. Oh yeah, that's very easy to get a nice thin line. Very easy indeed. And because it's mini, it's easy to apply. Now take a little bit underneath and then in the corner and draw up. In the corner and draw up. The concentration. That'll do for now. That's a Fenty liquid eyeliner. Now, have I got a little mascara? Here we are. A little Legendary Lashes. Do you know what? I'm going to skip the blush and I'm just going to put... I'll put that on later because I want to catch up with your conversations. And I'll put a finished look on Instagram. And I'll do my brows later. And I need a lip liner to go with Velvet Underground. So, now it is a bit goldy for Velvet Underground. You could go for something a bit more bluey purple. But it's okay. It's not... I don't think it has to necessarily be a purpley look on the eyes. What shall I get to go with Velvet Underground? I need something a bit darker pink. Very Naughty or something like that. Savage Rose, that will do. Savage Rose will go nicely with Velvet Underground. I definitely need to blend this in a bit more as well. Right, get ready for Velvet Underground. Really brightens your face up. It's very like MAC do one called, is it Rebellious Red or something? Flat Out Fabulous. And actually, why not do that? Guaranteed to match then. Now, Glamour Muse is the one that goes with this a lot. And if you wanted to use a bit more, if you wanted something that was a bit more classic purple to go with it, then you could use something from the Icon palette. So going for a bit more of a classic purple, whereas I've used maroons and golds. But I still think it works with maroons and golds. But if you wanted to go for pinks and purples, then you could look at the Icon palette and do something with that. Or you could use a blue. But that, just making sure that I've blended that in properly. It's because of my little cheek peaks where the sun's hit the peak of my cheeks. It's always been a bit hyperpigmented in those areas. So it always looks like blusher that's not blended in. Whereas it's not, it's actually pigmentation. But that is it. And I'll do the rest of it later. I'll do my brows and finish off the look and put some highlighter on. Let me do the highlighter while I look at, I'll use a bit of this. Thank you. Now let's have a look. I am going to go back and look at some of your comments. Oh, wow. You have to feel like you have to dress up in Covent Garden. Me too. You make it look so easy. It is easy. You just be confident. Just go for it. It's so nice to chat, watch you put on makeup and laugh. Yeah, it is. You were at the CT counter the other day, the first one I've been to, and was so excited I forgot to get colour matched. Oh, Stacey. It is overwhelming in there because there's so many products. Yes, frustrating for my dad, definitely. Thinking of you, thank you. Hi, Maria. Yes, it's improving slowly, my dad's health. Jackie, that's so nice of you to say. Not sure what that was. You're an amazing lady. Thank you. Gorgeous colour. I'm just catching up. They have Starry Eyes to Hypnotise reduced as well. I haven't seen that, Shahina. I did see the Icon palette reduced. Love minis. Yeah, I love mini things to be able to put in your handbag. Yes, the Confession Hourglass lipsticks. Lovely but awful packaging. Yes, thank you. You've reminded me. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's in my bag. Yes, it is. Right. So, this was on offer. It had been £32. So you get a box and you get 2 refills, different colours. And the colours are nice because one of them is a really dark maroon. And the other one is a sort of pillow talk like one. I don't know where the other one is. Probably in here somewhere. But anyway, so you get 2 lipsticks. You get a dark one and you get a pink one. And this is really beautiful, right? And the original one is gold, but the Ghost edition was silver. Now that is really pretty, but then what they've done on the Ghost one is stuck this transparent plastic thing over it, which kind of makes it look cheap. Whereas on the original one, you only got one colour and a refill, I think, but the top was gold. Whereas on the Ghost one, I just think it ruins it. But that's why it was reduced. So it was reduced from £32 to £20. And they are very nice lipsticks. So I got it. But I wondered why it was reduced. And that's why. Because I think that's, I can see Ghost, so it's see-through and it looks a bit ethereal, but I think it just ruins this lovely sleek design. So on the original, it's gold. This lid is gold and the top is gold. But on the silver Ghost edition, it's just this plastic lid, which also can get dirty from the lipstick, and they just didn't think that out very well. But the lipsticks are really nice, and it's really easy to pop in your bag, which is where it was. It was popped into my big bag, not my handbag. So I've got a pen holder in there, so I stick it in there. It does look cheaper, doesn't it? Because I took it out packaging and I thought, well, where's the gold? Where's the silver lid? There's no silver lid. And I was looking, thinking, is it missing? Do I send it back? And then I looked at the photos on John Lewis' website and realised that, no, that's how it came. And it was a bit disappointing. But this bit's lovely. It's just a shame that they didn't have a silver lid at the bottom. And they do last quite a long time, like on your lips. I mean, I don't know about how long before they run out, because there's probably not that much product in it, but they do last quite a long time. So you can see I've been buying all sorts of little things that I then forget to come and tell you about. This looks a bit lighter than I remembered it. I've always thought Velvet Underground as a deep one. Maybe it's just because of the lighting. It looks a lot lighter than I remember it. Right, let me just finish off. And you like that combination? Yeah, I think it's nice, because I think when you put purple eyeshadow, like a true purple, on with this kind of pink lipstick, it starts to look a bit 80s, you know, kind of a bit new romantic. We were all wearing purple eyeshadow and pink lipstick in the 80s. Whereas this kind of makes, I think this kind of updates it to a more modern look. And I think there's a temptation to think I've got a bright pink, I need to put purple with it. But I think it's okay because the maroon kind of ties in with it. And to put a little bit on your cheeks as well will tie it together. I just wish I didn't have my cheek peaks. You see, when I put a peachy blush on, that kind of helps to colour correct, whereas a pink one doesn't. Thank you. Pat Butcher from EastEnders. Absolutely. Absolutely. What you mean with the purple eyeshadow and the pink lipstick. You've got it. That's exactly what I meant. Pat Butcher. If anyone watches EastEnders, Pat Butcher from EastEnders. Yeah, pink lipstick and purple eyeshadow. It's very 80s, very Pat Butcher. But this did go with the Glamour Muse look. Now, she is re-releasing, apparently. Again, I've read it on Instagram, and Ali Pallies have told me that where she's re-released the Rebel palette and updated it, she's going to do the same with the Glamour Muse palette. And actually, the Glamour Muse pop was quite poor pigment as well. Glamour Muse and the Rebel, the pop shades weren't very good. So I think I can see why she's replacing those. So there will be a purple one coming out. And I am so, so excited because she's bringing out a blue quad. How many years have I been saying, I want a blue quad, and I've seen pictures of it on Instagram. I'll try and re-gram it, or whatever they say on Instagram. It is gorgeous. It is navy blue is the smoke shade. Then the enhanced shade is gold. And then the pop shade is a kind of lighter, more sparkly blue. And the prime shade is kind of an oyster, but it looks stunning. If you've got brown eyes, the navy is really going to make your eyes pop. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I've actually said that it may be the first palette I buy two of, because I love blue. Now, I never used to wear blue, but I love blue now, especially navy blue, because it really does contrast with blue, with brown eyes. And it makes your eyes, it just makes them pop. I can't wait. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm just going to be, when I get that video up, my first impression of it, I'm going to be flying. I'm going to be like, woo, and I'll have to kind of calm myself down. Maybe, you know, take some tranquilizers or something, because it honestly, it looks gorgeous. I'll try and find a picture of it and regram it for you, because it's just lovely. I can't wait. And Charlotte Tilbury, if you ever watch, a lot of people here say that they buy palettes on my recommendation. I've never begged for freebies, but it's not because it's free. But if you'd like to send me this blue palette early, because I just can't wait, please, please, if you'd like to, I'm quite happy to beg for this one to get it early. And if I don't sell you at least 10 pallets, then I'll send you the money for it. Why am I talking to Charlotte Tilbury? They probably never watch me. But if you do, or Sophia, and you'd like to send me a palette early, I promise you that I will wax lyrical about it, because I've seen it already. I know I'm going to love it. And remember to order the Pillow Talk. I will, and I will get that one up as soon as it arrives. So, okay, I'm going to head off now, but thank you all for joining me. If I have missed, I'm going to look, when I'm at the hospital later on, I'm going to look back at my live and look at the live comments. If any of you have asked me questions and I've missed them, have a look back. I can't tag you unless you've asked me it in a comment, okay? But have a look back later, and what I will do is I'll do a pinned post under here saying, and I did that last week, so if you've asked a question and I've been so busy jabbering that I haven't actually answered it, check back at the pinned post, and if I've missed something, I'll put it in the pinned post to, you know, Shahina, sorry I missed your comment. Yes, it's that one, or this is the product details, or whatever. So anybody that has asked a question that's been ignored, just check back at the pinned post later on. All right, take care. Love you all. See you all later. Love you. Bye-bye. Mwah. Don't forget, tomorrow, 4 o'clock UK time, if you're able to join me. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.